Jimmy, I gotta take a dump.
What?
No, I mean I need a dumpster.
Well, for all those needs, you need to call Big V Dumpster Rental, Long Island, New York, 631-900-DUMP.
Hi, it's Josh from Under the Table Hot Sauce. I'm here with my friend, the star of the show, Jimmy Pharaoh.
Yeah, what's up, JB?
Nah, nothing.
It's been a hot summer, and for all your barbecue needs, you can go to underthetablehotsauce.com. 13 unique flavors to choose from, created and bottled in a Long Island kitchen. Underthetablehotsauce.com. Let's go chow, JB.
Let's do it.
All the flavor, twice the burn.
Way of training, and once you explain that, can you do pretty much the same thing that the Hogan did? Kind of explain what got you into the business and who helped you to get started in there. But I'm interested to know myself, how in the hell you get to look like that? You jack, bro.
Man, this is coming from somebody who's twice my size. Man, I'm trying to get like you, brother, man. You see those arms right there?
Well, all you gotta do is get fat, bald-headed, black, and ugly. You look just like me.
Well, I'm halfway there. Yeah, Monte and the Pharaoh, #1 wrestling podcast. Yeah, when it comes to podcasts, they are the cream, the crop. Yeah, dig it? Heartless man. We don't need him around. Yeah, here we go. Yep. Monte and the Pharaoh. Yeah. Motch-0-Mandays, This has been previously recorded on the 11th, so you guys know, so it makes sense about what I'm talking about, and you guys don't ask me questions right now because I'm not really there, and I'm not all there, but this is gonna be part 1. And then I'm going to break this up into some sections here because I don't want my battery to die. And I just got done with my workout, so I got to get out of here soon. But I figured that I'd jump on here just to show you what's going on, man. Look at that. Did shoulders today, man. Look at them shoulders right there. Shoulders like boulders. Yeah, it ain't no stopping much. So, here's the thing, man. Here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to go back a little bit because I'm a little bit late in checking some things out. So, the first thing that I'm going to tell you guys is that I just watched the full match that CM Punk and MJF had. I checked out part of it after it happened, and I was impressed with probably the last Maybe it was like 15 minutes or so. But that match was long. And that's the first thing, man. It was long, but I was engaged the whole time. And it was one of the best matches that I've seen in a very long time. Those two know what they're doing, man. Those two know what wrestling is. And they were very entertaining, so they got the sports entertainment, in there, but both characters and the selling and the story, man, if you know anything about psychology, man, what a match. What a match, the way that they went back to certain things, and MJF was working two body parts at the same time. And I don't think I've ever seen that before, man. Strictly working on that leg and the arm. I could go back and watch that match a few more times and probably notice other things, you know what I mean? Because there was a lot of it, man. A lot of it stood out to me, man. And that was pay-per-view quality. That was like 1990s WWF quality. I can't really say a bad thing about it, man. If I watch it back and I really study it and I really I'm sure I could pick it apart and find something. Maybe there was just too much, and even like Tony Schiavone was saying, a little bit too much parading around maybe at the wrong times, giving it way too much time, you know what I mean? Instead of pitting your opponent, you were and it was MJF mostly, of course, because, he was the heel. But even CM Punk did it a few times. CM Punk looked like he was having a great time, which I really liked, man. He found his passion again. He hated wrestling for a while, and it looked like he was having a good time. I couldn't help smile when I saw him enjoying himself, It was nice to see that WWE didn't completely ruin him. It did for a while. But that's the only thing that I could think of, man. I am going to go back and watch it a couple more times because it was that good. But I think just kind of showboating, even though that's MJF's style, and Punk did it too. But maybe at the wrong times when the opponent wasn't in a predicament enough. And definitely gave them way too much time to recover, So I'm thinking, the hatred that they have for each other, man. In the beginning, man, they were staying on each other. It was pretty, pretty high intensity. Yeah, if anybody knows about intensity, you're talking to them right now. But, so I'm a little late on talking about that. Perhaps in section 2 of this video, I would have watched it back and picked out a few more things that I either liked or, anybody could be critical of anything, you know what I mean? But being a wrestler at one time, I know what I'm looking at and I know what I'm talking about. So, take it from me, it was a good match. It was a very good match. And now, to see them top that's gonna be something, you know what I mean? See, Tony Khan, man, he's a smart dude, man. It's amazing that he's making decisions that are he puts that on free TV, man, so that you go, oh, I gotta watch the pay-per-view when they go at it again, but it's hard to believe that Vince and his team of writers or whoever it is, man, they used to be so on point, man, and now it's everybody's saying they can't watch it, And that's, there's a good reason for that. Because, for a lot of reasons, which I don't need to point out. I'm sure you guys kind of agree with me, a lot of you. But, I love the wrestling industry, so I'm not gonna be one of those, like, whatever. But, hey, man, if you were an old school fan who watched WWF in the 80s and 90s, I know that things change and times change or whatever like that, but man, it's just, it don't have to change that much, obviously, because, when you watch two guys like CM Punk and MJF, man, it's like they brought it back old school, man, and you couldn't help but be engaged in what you were watching because there was such a story being told. And you don't see that anymore, You don't see it all the time, but you saw it in that match right there. So, if they go at it again, man, I'd want to check it out. They left me interested in seeing more. And, especially with CM Punk losing the way that he did, man, that's cool, man. You know what I mean? That he lost. It's cool that, he ain't, going into business for himself, man. It made total sense. MJF cheated as bad as you can cheat, man. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Actually, yeah, it was both times that he, remember that he won the match, but then got caught that he was choking the dude out. And then even better, with the tape or whatever he had. But then the actual finish was basically him doing the same thing again and not getting caught this time, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go back and see. My memory is not so sharp today. I remember I was just watching it yesterday though. All right, I'll get back to you on that. Now on to other news. Yeah. Okay. So, AEW last Wednesday. Now remember, today is Friday, the 11th. So, I'm talking about the Wednesday that just passed. And I did watch some highlights, a little bit of just some of what I heard or whatever. And Keith Lee. I remember seeing him and hearing about him, not really watching him, work, but I knew of him when he was in WWE. And I could be wrong, but from what I think I remember hearing is that WWE, they were kind of, the fans were into him, I believe, but then Vince made the decision that he needed some, he had a health issue or something like that, and it had to do with his weight. And I think that there was also another reason why I think Vince thought he needed some more training or whatever, some more in-ring sharpening. But I think the main thing, and I could be wrong, so remember I don't remember too much, and I'm just going by what I think I remember hearing, but I don't listen that carefully to things either that have to do with stuff like that. If I don't have an interest in the guy, I don't really, pay that much attention. But the thing is that, he was told to lose some weight, and I know people are getting on him about, his weight. But the thing is that I think one of the reasons he got released was because he didn't lose the weight, and it was, maybe it was slowing him down. Maybe it was definitely a health concern because he had an issue, I believe with his heart or something like that, or whatever it was. But the thing is, like, you know, for him to come in to make a big debut, which I wasn't, you know, I was kind of expecting a little bit more of I was trying to think of who was it going to be. And being that one of them was him and not some of what I was thinking that it might be, or hoping that it might be, just to see things evolve and just to see, like, who's going to jump ship, man, because it brings me back to, you know, watching WWE and you know, not really having an interest in WCW until guys started jumping ship and joining NWO. Then I was flipping the channel just to see, you know, who was joining, who was coming in. And that's all I really had an interest in, man. It was almost like, you know, the fun of the Royal Rumble, which they kind of ruined too, is seeing, you know, the surprise element, man, the surprise debut or the surprise, you know, entrance or whatever, you know. But for Keith Lee to come in and make his debut and be heavier, from what I understand, it's kind of like, you know, what about the health concern? What about, you know, now he did impress me with some of the quickness that he did have. He did do a leapfrog and a drop down pretty quick, and it kind of impressed me that he was that big. And I don't got a problem with WWE or any, you know, I mean, any wrestling, you know what I mean, having a guy that's a bigger guy. Like back in the day, man, you had all, you know, you got to have all shapes and sizes. He's a big dude, and that's not the problem, man. You know, he still, to me, it's like he's got a very plain, bland look, even though he's big. And his ring attire, you know, he looks like a singlet kind of guy, you know what I mean? But that's just me, you know, my opinion, whatever. But as far as being big, man, like, you know, he's a big man. That's cool, man. You know, there was guys, you know, back in the day, man, guys like Vader and Earthquake and Typhoon and you know, King Kong Bundy, all those guys, you know, they were bigger, but you needed that, man. That was cool. They looked like stars, you know what I mean? You know, Kevin Owens, no, you know, not when you're a short little frumpy guy that's fat and has skinny arms and wears clothes that basically I'm wearing right now. Nuh-uh, none of that. And if you don't look like, you know, you guys know this about me, man. I hate this. If you look like an audience member, then you don't belong in the ring. And that's something I'm always going to believe in. And that means, like, these skinny little guys too, man. Like, you know, at least look like an athlete, okay? Like, okay, here's the deal. They had Keith Lee come in there, and he's a big dude, right? And he looked even bigger because he was in there with this scrawny guy, whatever his name is. I don't care how good he is or whatever like that. He was impressive with the bumps and the, you know, that Beal looked awesome, you know what I mean? It was because of him. It looked awesome. He got height, you know what I'm saying? I never seen a Beal like that. It was unbelievable, and it's impressive. But, you know, the thing is, man, if you're like 120 pounds and somebody, you know, launches you and you're assisting them, yeah, he could have threw him into the third row if he wanted to. But you know, it's like, I just got a real problem with if I could look at you and not know that you're a wrestler, there's a problem. It's got to be something about you, and it's not even the size. It's got to be something about you. Now, on to the other guy that what's his name? See, I don't know who these guys are. The other dude that they brought in that did Japan stuff or whatever, and they were saying that was the forbidden door, and, you know, that right there feels like a tease, man, because nobody was thinking Japan, you know what I mean? Because, like, everybody worked in Japan and came over and whatever. It's like the forbidden door would be like, really, to me, it would be like, you know, another promotion here, like Mickey James coming over from Impact and doing the Royal Rumble. That was the first thing that got this Forbidden Door thing going. But it kind of ended there as far as I'm concerned. This guy, I hear he's pretty good in the ring, and in some pictures, because I'm going by looks now, I see him, and there is a part of him that kind of, they compared him to Edge, and I could see that. But then I seen other pictures of him, like, I don't see it. He looks like a rock star or something. Like, he doesn't look like, I guess, with regular clothes on, man, he didn't really stand out. But then I seen him in his ring gear, and I'm like, all right, at least he looks like an athlete. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta look like it's like, I don't know, let's say, you don't want to go, it's hard to come up with an analogy, but, it's supposed to be entertainment, it's supposed to be athletic entertainment, so if you don't have anything that catches your eye, if somebody looks ordinary, how is that entertaining? And I know things are different now, that people watching wrestling now, they're more about not looking at like a live, superhero. They want to be able to live vicariously through what they're seeing on TV. So they see a guy like Kevin Owens, or they see a guy like Sami Zayn or something. Now, I don't care. I'm not talking about wrestling. They're very fine wrestlers as far as characters, as far as on the mic, as far as the way that they look. It's like people could sit at home and go, I could do that. And then they do. And then they go to a wrestling school. And then WWE is desperate for talent because they went and dried up the whole indie pool, and now everybody else is working for other companies, so WWE will take these guys that don't have anything, and then they put them on NXT, and it's like watching an indie show, man. I used to be a wrestler, man. I know indie shows. I know when people look indie-rific. I know that I was always the best most impressive looking guy on most shows, for a long time. Even in the beginning, I was green as fucking goose shit, but when I came out, when my music hit and I came out and people took a look at me, man, they gasped. They saw that I looked different from everybody else because I was jacked and I was big and bald and mean looking, and I had a gimmick and I was entertaining, as you know that already. But some of you are going to be disagreeing, man, and you're going to be like, but here's another example. Here's something like, you got to think about. Even MMA, man, even MMA that is not even like, it's not sports entertainment. I don't know how, it is a little bit now. But when you see an MMA fighter, don't they always have like some kind of like weird color hair or some type of a cocky gimmick or something? You know what I mean? So even they understand that you got to have like something that stands out. When you see them, you know who they are. A lot of guys in wrestling today kind of blend all together, and I'm like, oh, isn't that, what's his name? No. And the girls too, man. You know what I mean? They all, they all look the same to me. I don't know who's who, except for like Alexa Bliss sticks in my head because she has a fucking gimmick that is like, they could actually do something. They're doing a whole storyline with her. How often do they do storylines with the women? Because they're not characters. I love what she's doing, man. She separated herself from just being like a hot chick that could go. All of their wrestling is great, but they all just look like really hot, models. at least Dewdrop, I'm not a big fan of hers. But you do have to have that kind of a, variety. So it's good that they mixed it up and that they, and I know who she is because she does stand out, But she stands out, but they could have done something. Everybody's just too, I don't know what a Dewdrop is, but it's like Keith Lee. Can you have a more generic name? He sounds like a scrawny white dude if you heard that name, or an Asian guy. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna get in trouble now. It's just the way I roll, man. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing negative. Snowflake. So that's what's going on as far as what I've seen this week. Honestly, I don't even know what else happened on AEW. I didn't get the memo if those were the only two people to come in. That's all I heard about. Trying to think of what else. WWE, have no idea what's happening. I saw a video of Vince McMahon working out, and I gotta say, man, at one point I thought that he wasn't doing well, but he's doing real well, man. I mean, physically, man, 76 years old, man. I swear to God, he trains harder than these little young punks here at the gym. Not quite as hard as Motch, but dude, man, he's a lot smaller than he was, but he's ripped, man. I mean, his legs are like shredded, and you got to be pretty lean, He's got veins going on in his arms and stuff like that, man. Whatever his secret is, that's cool, man, but he trains his ass off and he knows what he's doing. And he's got a big, badass-looking monster trainer, so I'm sure that helps. But for those of you that ain't doing the thing in the gym, man, that inspired me, man. I went to the gym and I trained hard that day when I saw that thing, man. I said, holy shit. What's my excuse, man? This guy is doing things that I can't even do, honestly, because of my injuries. This guy, he was doing legs, and he actually tore both of his quads, and he's 76, and he's freaking squatting, and, another video that I saw, talking about an Impact guy, Chris Bay. He is one of the strongest dudes. You would be so surprised. I see videos of him at the gym. He's from here. I know him from FSW. And, he's in great shape, man. I mean, he looks a lot bigger on screen. He's not a very big guy, but he is like 2% body fat. And he's gotten bigger. He looks good, man. But if you saw the weights that this guy lifts, unbelievable, man. It's like he is so strong for his size, man. I'm like, yo, that doesn't even look like it's possible. But, squatting like 4 plates, man, that's like 405. That's like, and he was repping, man. You know what I mean? It's like, that dude is strong. Very impressed, man. Very impressed. He puts his time in the gym. He's going to be even a bigger star than he already is, man. You know what I mean? People are going to want him. But I saw another video of Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn, man. 50, what is he, 56 or something, man? Holy shit. Dude, I saw him squatting. I don't know how much was on there, but the bar was bending. There was serious weight on there, man. And unbelievable, man. For someone that wrestled as long as him, he is in amazing shape, man. He looks, and he's a he does powerlifting competitions and stuff like that. So, you know, as a big man, very impressive, man. He's tall too, man. He's like 6'4", 6'5" or something. And you know, in better shape than probably he was 20 years ago. It's unreal, man. So when people make excuses, you know, they're not putting the work in, man. You know what? I don't look as good as I want to look, but I know that I'm not on point as I once was. You know what I mean? Because of injuries, because of whatever, man. I'm not making excuses. I know that if I did what I used to do, that I would look the way that I used to. But I've toned it down a little bit, so it shows. I'm still pretty awesome. As you can see, man, need another... There you go, right there, yeah. Need the other side right there, yeah. No problem, man, yeah. I'm doing the thing. Doing the thing, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Tonight's the night. Yeah, tonight's the night. I'm going to be hosting a karaoke club called Back to the 80s. And it's here in Las Vegas. So if anybody's out here in Las Vegas, come see Motch hosting the karaoke dance party tonight. Remember, tonight's the 11th. Friday. The 11th today. Well, wait a minute. If you're watching this on Monday, it's too late for that, isn't it? Never mind. Don't show up. I won't be there. So I'm going to end this here so I can go home and eat. And I'll be back for portion number 2 of Motch-0-Mandays. I'll see you soon. Stay tuned, yeah!